My Mk1 Audi TT and its wastegate actuator have nothing short of a toxic relationship. I've dealt with loose or even straight up disappeared mounting hardware. I've dealt with overboost and boost control issues, a boost reference nipple that's been leaking since the day I got it, and that still leaks after multiple attempts to reseal it. Honestly, I've pulled this actuator off the car more times than anyone should ever admit on camera, but today this all ends. I'm rebuilding the actuator, fixing the boost reference nipple properly, mounting the actuator for good, and then we're retuning the car with VWHolics to finally get the boost control this build deserves. If everything works, my TT should feel completely different. I got the engine bay all torn apart again. Got the wastegate pulled. As you can see, we have the vacuum reference nipple pulled. Here is a fitting I found on Amazon that will work to replace our leaking banjo fitting that came stock on the actuator. I'll have the specs and the link for this in the description. I'm using Loctite 545 to seal the threads on this fitting. It also came with an O-ring. Alright, I went down until it stopped by hand, and I'm not gonna, you don't want to crank this down. You just want to, there it is. Here I use part of the stock hose, a small vacuum reducer, and then some aftermarket hose to plumb up our new fitting. Got a little bit of a problem. This nipple here is too long. There's no room between the tip of this nipple and the brake booster. So when it's way down on the turbo, there's no room to run the vacuum hose. So basically what I'm gonna do here is chop off right here. Maybe a little bit more to right there or so. Give it, enough to clamp onto, but give us some room to run. We just need the hose, and the hose can, bend naturally up. And, or we can get creative with the hosing and maybe run it down or something. Shortened it up just a tad. Still has, a nipple to grab onto, should be fine. All right, we got the actuator installed. I like how Mambotech has this little retainer for the flapper bolts. You can see, my DIY solution for that bolt. That was a while ago. DIY boost reference. I may try to make some more clearance here in between the nipple and the brake booster. I do think there's enough clearance where I could run it fine, but I just want to be rather safe than sorry. You can also see the banjo bolt there, or the banjo line. It's the water line to the turbo. This thing's pretty chewed up, so I have a new one on the way. I got new washers. I'm sure I could put this on one last time, but it's got to come off eventually again, and that doesn't sound too fun. I just checked the shipping, and there is a delay, so we are going to run this banjo bolt one last time. You can see we got new crush washers. Really just putting the phone in so I can make sure the bottom crush washer is in place.
It's over, Dickie.
I can't exactly see, so I just kind of move the camera around. Finally got that in. It took a while. My pipe's a little bit bent because I've done this so many times, so it was really hard to get that banjo seated. Took a little bit of fiddling the pipe, the banjo. It was a bit of a fight, but yeah, ready to put the car back together now, I suppose. If you're ever doing this actuator job or taking off that the banjo bolt, the coolant for the turbo, man, you got to get yourself a bunch of these. I must have lost about 3 of these just now down into the engine bay. Not the first time either. I've had to go out and get a bunch of washers for this. So got everything buttoned up here. Took the car for a spin. No issues and no codes anymore. I couldn't get ME7 visual logger to work, so I was not able to run logs this time. Yeah, VWHolics helped me get ME7 logger set back up. Basically, my ECU file corrupted, so we had to get that back up and running again. Again, another shout out to VWHolics. It's not just tune and done, they work with you to even sort out your car during the process, and then they're with you moving forward. I can't recommend them enough. All right, we just got done logging. Time to send these over to VWHolics and see what's going on. she's hot. Just got a new file from VWHolics, and looking at our tuned files folder here, you guys can see it's just about been a year since our last flash. So yeah, we got a new file here. We're gonna go throw it on the car, do some polls, take some logs, send it back to VWHolics, wind up with a few new revisions here. There's been a lot of changes to the car, and yeah, we're gonna work to dial it in, and we'll show you the process. So when you're flashing an ECU, it is always safe practice to plug your battery in and have it on the charger, especially if you're someone like me. I have a known power draw. My car dies all the time and it gives me issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the charger before we get started. All right, we are on the charger here. Red light going. We're plugged in. Let's get after it. Okay, so now with the battery plugged in, we are going to take our MPPS V18 cable. This is the cable we are always using to write new files to our ECU. Go ahead and plug that into the OBD2 port. I like to take my cable, run it over the top, and then down here, the cable is basically way too short, so I've got this USB extender that I can easily run to my laptop here in the passenger seat. All right, so now we are gonna come to our laptop and open up MPPS. So you can see here in the top left, we've got Audi TT 1.82. We've got that selected. Waking ECU. I think I need to actually turn the car on. All right, so I started off by clicking the ECU ID. You can see it read my ECU, it cleared the DCTs. So now we're just gonna go ahead and click. In the bottom right, we're gonna go to write. And right here, you can see we have our new file from VWHolics. Go ahead and open that, okay. Just click yes. And you can see down here, it has started its process. And it's programming the ECU. It will come up with some prompts. You don't want to interrupt this at all. So when you're in this position, you want to leave. This is key on, engine off. You can see my dashboard's on. Car's plugged in. We don't want any of these connections to mess up. We want to change nothing. It's at 4% now, and it will take some time. So yeah, we'll just go ahead, let this whole process complete, and then I'll show you the next stages that it'll put you through. At 99% here, it's just finishing up. It should come up with some prompts here for us. 100%. Switch key off for 10 seconds and then on for 10 seconds. So off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're done with both of those. Click OK. Let it do its thing. You can see here we've got another prompt, switch key off for 5 seconds. So, well, it's got its own timer here. So let that go. Switch key on. And then you can see at the bottom, program it completed. So then we're good to exit out of there. From there, we just unplug our MPPS cable. I'm gonna take it out of my USB extension. When you're done writing your ECU, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is log it for the tuner. So we're gonna go ahead and put our logging cable back in here. Get that into our USB extension. Got our logging cable because we are gonna be using ME7 logger to run our logs and then send them over to VWHolics. Go ahead and take the car off of the charger now. I'm about to do a log right up here. Log is started. No misfires, even with all the vlog we did. Alrighty guys, just got some quick updates for you before I wrap this video up. Number one, my block is still at the machine shop. They're just backed up. I knew that when I dropped it off. They got to get through their queue. So as soon as I get it back, the built motor content is going to start rolling, and I mean it's going to really start rolling. Second update, the trunk latch just came in, so I have a full microswitch replacement video on the way. Stay tuned for that one. I got plenty more TT videos coming up. I have a lot of cosmetic work I want to do, still have more fixes and upgrades that I want to do. Yeah, so if you're enjoying these videos, definitely hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you like, and definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything coming out in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one.